Welcome to the second public meeting for the I94 at 111th Street Interchange Study. This video presentation will provide a general summary of the study, the topics being presented today, and ways that you can be involved in the decision-making process. Thank you for joining today's discussion about ways to strengthen transportation and safety throughout our community. Initiated by the Illinois Department of Transportation, or IDOT, the I94 at 111th Street Interchange Study is a preliminary engineering and environmental study, which is also referred to as Phase 1. As part of this study, we are coordinating with stakeholders to identify transportation needs and concerns within the study area and develop improvements. Today's meeting is being held to present the project's purpose and need, present potential improvement alternatives, and obtain public input. But before we move forward, let's take a brief look at why we're here. Serving the Pullman neighborhood in Chicago, the 111th Street Bridge over I-94 was initially built in 1960 as two separate bridges, before being combined into one structure in 1986. Now, more than 60 years since its construction, there are safety and structural needs present at the interchange, as well as flooding issues. IDOT launched this study in late 2022 to examine approximately 1.5 miles on I-94 from south of 115th Street to the Stony Island feeder ramps and along 111th Street from Corliss Avenue on the west to Doty Avenue on the east in the city of Chicago. IDOT conducts projects in three phases. Phase 1, preliminary engineering and environmental studies. Phase 2, contracts plan preparation or final design and land acquisition. And Phase 3, construction. This project is currently in Phase 1, which is expected to conclude in late 2027. Please note, this improvement is not currently included in the department's fiscal year 2025 to 2030 proposed highway improvement program. However, it will be included in the department's priorities for future funding consideration among similar improvement needs throughout the region. Public involvement is critical for the success of this project. In October 2023, an initial public meeting was held to provide an overview of the study process and schedule, obtain public input, and invite stakeholders to serve on the Study Community Advisory Group, or CAG. More than 25 community members attended the first public meeting, shared their experiences of traveling within the study area, and submitted feedback. Submissions included comments regarding bicycle and pedestrian accommodations, access to Doty Avenue, traffic calming opportunities, stoplight additions, existing geometry, roadway condition, need for additional bus routes. The study's CAG was then launched. Created to represent various interests throughout the community, the group met in the summer and fall of 2024 to give feedback on the project purpose and need, as well as the potential alternative options being reviewed today. We are thankful for your participation today and encourage you to consider and provide feedback on a proposed project purpose and need statement to guide proposed improvements. The purpose and need defines why the project is proposed and what it aims to achieve. It is critical for establishing clear criteria for assessing impacts of potential improvements within the study area. Based on the review of collected data and public input to date, the purpose and need for the project was developed and presented for the first time at the second Community Advisory Group meeting. The purpose of this project is to improve safety, mobility, and multimodal connectivity, as well as address deficient infrastructure conditions. Based on that purpose, the needs to be addressed include high safety tier locations along 111th Street at I-94 and at the intersection of 111th Street and South Corliss Avenue. More efficient access between I-94 and the local roadway network, the lack of bicycle and pedestrian connectivity on the east side of I-94, the deficient vertical clearance of the 111th Street Bridge, and flooding along I-94. Using the purpose and need as a baseline, a range of potential improvement alternatives have been identified and will be evaluated and narrowed throughout the study process, ultimately leading to a recommended preferred alternative at the conclusion of this study. There are 5 alternatives that have been developed for public review and comment. Before we look at the alternative designs, it is important to note that all the alternatives provide a connection to the proposed Lake Calumet Trail east of I-94. Now, let's take a closer look. Alternative 1. This alternative consists of the construction of a tight diamond interchange with I-94 traffic continuing to flow under 111th Street. This option includes potential removal of existing right-in, right-out access points north and south of 111th Street. Alternative 2. This alternative also consists of the construction of a tight diamond interchange and is similar to Alternative 1. However, in this option, I-94 traffic would move over 111th Street. This option also includes the potential removal of the existing right-in, right-out access points north and south of 111th Street. Alternative 3. Alternative 3 consists of the construction of a diverging diamond interchange, or DDI, with I-94 traffic moving over 111th Street. In this design, the eastbound and westbound traffic along 111th Street would cross at a traffic signal, shifting traffic to the opposite side of the road. The proposed shared use path would be placed between eastbound and westbound traffic and equipped with pedestrian signals. The option also includes potential removal of existing right-in, right-out access point south of 111th Street, and redesign of the existing right-in, right-out access point north of 111th Street. Alternative 4. This option involves construction of a tight diamond interchange with I-94 moving over 111th Street. However, a collector-distributor road, or CD, is proposed to act as a buffer for traffic entering and exiting the interstate in the northbound direction. Alternative 4 also includes removal of the northernmost right-in, right-out access point, redesign of right-in, right-out access point south of 111th Street, a direct connection between 111th Street and East Doty Avenue with access to Harborside Golf Course. Alternative 5. This option also includes a tight diamond interchange with I-94 moving over 111th Street and a CD road. However, it proposes a roundabout instead of a traditional intersection for access and connections east of I-94. Removal of 2 existing right-in, right-out access points north and south of 111th Street is also included with this alternative. Exhibits showing these alternatives in greater detail are available for your viewing in the exhibit room. Public involvement continues to be critical for the success of this study. Following this presentation, you will have the opportunity to review in closer detail the alternatives presented today, as well as other study exhibits in the exhibit room. Representatives of the study team will also be available to answer any questions or hear your feedback. Additionally, your comments may be submitted through email, phone call, U.S. mail, or by filling out a comment form available at today's meeting. Feedback from today's meeting will be considered and used along with further analysis to narrow and refine the alternative options for presentation at a third public meeting, which is expected in 2026. Please let us know your opinions and experiences and share what you believe are the greatest needs and challenges to transportation within the I-94 and 111th Street study area. Please note, comments are always welcome. However, only those received through Thursday, September 11th, 2025, will become part of the public meeting record. Thank you again for attending the second public meeting for the I-94 at 111th Street study. Please exit the presentation room to review study exhibits and talk with the members of our study team.